We have arrived in the final stage here. The bottom right side, the blue Zerg, player for the, well, the Afrika Freaks. He is Armani. Afrika Freaky 2, he's the red Protoss in the top left side. He is the one and only Trap. Playing his absolute heart out so far against TY, doing quite well. Armani, on the other hand, being able to reverse sweep innovation here. And innovation, I mean, he has been looking really solid lately. I think innovation did do a 3-0 versus Solar recently as well. So I thought, you know what, he should do pretty good against Armani here as well then, right? I would imagine. But, well, he was, to be fair, but just couldn't close it out. It's only Armani just maintaining the lead that he was building and actually did manage to get himself a victory there. 3 points in a row. Someone you cannot sleep on. Definitely someone you have to continue to try your hardest against, because clearly this man does not know when to give up. Scurrying around with that probe. No pylons anywhere but in the base of the Protoss here. Most likely gonna get ourselves a, I would assume, a Stargate. That is what we're getting to see most of the time nowadays. Then the question is, of course, are we gonna see Void Rays or Oracles? That is... You need the Stargates. Could still be Phoenixes as well. Less common though, recently. Still something that happens sometimes. Okay. Overlord should be able to get the scout off overall, and we're gonna get ourselves some Void Rays. Well, some Void Ray, right? Just a single one. And maybe more, don't get me wrong. Could be more, of course. Always could be an opportunity there, but so far, it's just gonna be the singular. Overlord immediately gets the scout here, decides, you know what? I've done my job. I don't need to do anything else anymore. We'll just remain passive-aggressively looking towards the Cybercore and the Adepts that are moving about until, of course, his ultimate demise does come into play. I think he did still see that there's an Oracle being built. Yeah, so he knows the follow-up here should be an Oracle, unless if that gets cancelled, of course, but don't see why you would. Why would you? Overlord's in way top right side of the map. Is gonna... Oh, wait, is it gonna stay safe? I don't know. Void Ray making a tiny adjustment. Is that enough to see the... Oh, you're kidding. That's very close. But stays safe. Well guarded. That's a bit of a boon for Armani here, who was gonna be supply blocked there for quite a bit if he was to have lost that... that Overlord's already a bit supply blocked, actually. There we go. That's the Overlords. I think we may actually get 2 of them, in fact, from Armani. You always gotta be careful as a Zerg, right? If you do get supply block... Actually, no, he's gonna just throw down the Spore Crawlers, of course. Yeah, he's okay. He's alright. You gotta be careful as a Zerg. Sometimes you just immediately just keep making those extra Overlords, but... You don't really have the money for it to keep your regular economy going. You sometimes are shooting yourself in the foot a bit more so in those types of situations. But, guess we do have 3 hatcheries now, so... He's still very, very doable. Probably advisable as well. 2 to 3 Overlords at a time here. Now, I once learned, like, in a long distant past from day 9 that for the injects, it's about, like, per queen injection, you want to get an Overlord. Kind of, right? That's not precisely, but that's kind of that ball mark that you're trying to hit. I don't think that's true anymore, though, to be fair. I think that got fine-tuned quite a bit. It's probably less than that. Right, Zerglings here, trying to just kind of rummage around. Oracle already a bit low on the HP, trying to steer clear of trouble. What's happening here? Zealot charge about to be completed as well. Could be a scary moment here for Armani. Doesn't have that much to deal with this, right? Don't think he went for the... Yeah, he didn't go for the Roach Warren. Does he have a Baneling Nest? He does have a Baneling Nest, but he doesn't have any Banelings just quite yet. 16 of them now being constructed. Is 16 too many, though, for... I mean, what is it? 5 Zealots and 3 Adepts? Yeah, Armani kind of realizing, you know what, that's not that much. I might just be able to save this hatchery here. But Willy, though. Ooh, there come the Banelings. No speed just quite yet, but... I mean, the spreading is going to be quite easy against this, huh? Gotta be careful around those Archons. They still definitely do quite a bit of damage. The hatchery goes down, surprisingly enough. And Trap will be moving himself back across the map here. Already starting up the Storm upgrade and... Well, stopped the Void Ray production here. So still just kind of sticking to... How many do we have? 2 of them. Out of 2. Pretty good, pretty good. Armani definitely feeling a little bit of pain here with the loss of that 4th base. 4th base of 4. Trap is just going to be more quickly established now. He's got himself a bit of Storm also, which is absolutely amazing against the Hydras and the Ling Bane army. Getting 5 Creep Tumors for the price of 1 there as well. Great deal. On the bottom left side, we do have a good bit of creep spread, so that will be signaled about. There's those Zealots coming in. Looks like that has been dealt with. The Storm here, though, that is something else entirely. Will that be something that Armani can actually deal with as well before he loses this base? It's definitely not looking all too swell for him. Still taking more damage from those Zealots on the bottom side as well. That base is getting lower and lower. Maybe some target fire here should be applied. And there we go. Trap takes game number 1 with a bit of great timing attacking. And Armani just not being prepared for it. Not realizing that this was actually coming across. Otherwise, that should have been an easy hold. I think, at least, right? I mean, there was like, what, 5 Zealots, 3 Adepts, 1 or 2 Archons, and 2 Void Rays. It's not like a big army, by any means. He had the Queens, he had the technology as well, if he had those Banelings ready, right? He could have had those Banelings ready if he had a Zergling out front of Trap space. Or an Overseer, something else, a Changeling, anything really, to see that there was a committal for Trap with his units coming across the map. Maybe you could have rescouted, right? Check to see if it's actually coming. Something like this to ensure if you really want to be safe. But if you really don't want to spend that extra money a bit earlier on Banelings, then you absolutely have to. But yeah, not looking too swell there for Armani. Bit of a hiccup and Trap, yep. Just somebody you can't let you afford yourself make a hiccup like that, of course. He will punish you. And he will come after you. He will take your babies away. And, well, you're never going to see them again. Because Trap is a heartless killing machine. Alright. In the blue, he's the Zerg. Freaking freaks. Armani. Bottom right side, the red Protoss. Freaking freaks as well. Surprise, surprise. He is Trap. Putting his pylon a bit further out this time around. Still in front of his natural, of course. Nice area overall to kind of take. Guess this is what he did on Romanticide as well, to be fair. Always fun seeing the Zerg already moving that drone out. It's like, alright, well, yep, you're here. Fair enough. Time to go elsewhere. I won't bother you there, sir. If this is what you want so dearly, then sure, we'll make the natural base. Not in the natural place. Right, Gateway and Nexus straight afterwards here for Trap. Gonna go the greedy route overall. Should be able to get away with it, seeing the timing on the spawning pool there. Should be absolutely fine. Third base for Armani here. Actually, he is still mining quite a bit of gas. Let's see. There he goes. May still be a little bit interrupted overall, but the probe doesn't go for it, right? Does not try to stop that. Oh, actually, Armani. Gonna prioritize the queens here. And then make the speed upgrade as well. Fair enough. Not uncommon. Twilight Council again going up for Trap. Similar to what he was doing against TY, of course. He does sometimes do the Blink Stalker attacks, doesn't he? On like to cancel the third or the fourth base, I believe. That's what he does with the Blink Stalkers. Could be interesting trying to abuse Blink Stalkers against Circle on a map like this as well. Big ramp area to try and abuse. Robo as well starting in that production. Trap realizing, alright, that is a third base. That is good to see. Glad to be doing business here with you, sir. And, oh, the glaive attack. Okay. A lot more common as well, I suppose, for the PvZ matchup. Not necessarily, though, what Trap does all the time. It's gonna get scouted here. Is it? Wait, did that get scouted, actually? I guess he saw the robo timing. Kind of gives away that it is not going to be a Stargate opening, so what do you still have left, right? The great art of deduction. Yeah, there we go. Gets himself that roach run right now. Trying to ensure that he has creep spread between his bases as well. Very good call. Gonna start up already some spine crawlerage as well. Spine crawler coverage. Can come the first initial adepts. Oh, dude, I'm continuously forgetting that we have the battle report as well. Alright, let's do that with this one, shall we? As long as this battle doesn't just keep going continuously. There we go, the first bit of damage already being poked ahead. First queen goes down. The Shade, ooh, could it let that Shade finish, perhaps? Maybe anticipating the Zerglings to already be on top of them, as they were moving alongside, but not quite being the case. They moved back a lot earlier, so they are getting on top of the Adepts a lot earlier as well here. Moving alongside once again, a couple of roaches as well. Quicker cancel this time. Okay. Apparently we don't have it activated this time around. I think Inu may have forgotten as well. Oh, that's a juicy run by Trap, not paying attention, or perhaps just not having any warping potential, as he is warping in Adepts on the other side of the map here. 12 workers already going down. There is an opening into the main base as well. 2 Adepts are being warped in there. Gonna go for that pylon instead. Try and shut down the production for a little bit here. A lot of probes still not mining in the natural. There we go. Does get the pylon. That could be rough, as there is a big counterattack for Armani coming in here. And not having this production for such a long period of time could be absolutely abysmal. Armani trying to check for a third base. Sees that there is none. Is he still going to try to commit here? I do believe so. I definitely do believe so. He made quite the investment after all, in order to try and get this party started across the map here. Good surround on those Adepts there. Those Biles should be able to land relatively nicely. Good dodge on the Zerglings also. And there it is already. GG is called. Trap not quite being able to make that work. Has to tap out. Throws in the towel from his corner of the ring. Trap. You know what? Not the best Adept glaive pusher overall, I would say, right? Not what comes to mind first when talking about Trap, the Adept glaive attack. It's more so Juwon, and Zest, of course, as well. Probably the first two players that come to my mind. Pillars of Gold. Pillars of Gold. A lovely map. A wonderful map. Very similar to Oxide. Again, relatively short, so if we do have those Adepts coming in here once more... counterattacks could be really good. At the same time, that third base rather far away, isn't it? From that natural. Stats and SOS are kind of fading out. I don't know. I still think Stats is, like, absolutely insane. SOS, I mean, it's been a while since he really had a massive run in a tournament for SOS, but I still think SOS he's good. He's good. Love seeing him play as well, right? Comes up with some crazy stuff overall. But, yeah. Alright, well, I get what you're saying, I suppose. Although Stats is still having great tournaments runs, though, no? Am I making that up? Anyway, regardless. Top right side, Blue Zerg. Afrika Freaks. Armani. Getting blocked once again. Bottom left side, Red Protoss. Afrika Freaks as well. He is Trap. Doing all the regular stuff once again here for both players. Checking all the boxes. Bit surprised that Trap actually did go with the Adept glaive attack. It's been a while since I've seen him do that at all, I believe. Trying to think back, but not that many times come into mind here. I liked seeing the Stalker pressure, though, that he also is quite known for. And he kind of incorporated within his regular PvZ entree. How do you guys get onion smell out of your fingers? Like, after having cut some onions, how do you get rid of that smell? Washing your hands kind of works, but usually it's still kind of there as well, isn't it? Quite the tenacious smell. Sorry, alright, I got a bit distracted there. Stargate play this time around. Full trap. Much better already. Quite happy about this. Oh, careful. Oh, doesn't want to lose that drone, of course. Overlord, once again, getting the full scouts here. We'll see that it is going to start off with a Void Ray. Trapping showing the young gunners. Yeah, I think so too. Oh, getting that Adept just barely. Not bad. It's alright. It's not great either, but something. Touch fish. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a good idea. Probably dislike that smell even more so, though. So, may not do that. May not do that. Not the biggest fish fan. Fan of fish. Oracle so far, only getting the 2 drones. Let's see. Oh, battle report is back. That's nice. Look at that. Lovely. So Armani destroying more resources so far. We got 2 psionic transfers going on. Biggest damage dealers, the Void Rays and the Zerglings. Surprise, surprise. Oh, still going on. Alright, let's close that down. Lovely stuff. Zerglings here. Gonna be very, like, there's gonna be moments in this game where I'm just distracted trying to read into all the graphs and such, and then it's like, Kozan? Kozan, there's battle. That's all happening. Those zealots are not doing their job correctly. Nor is the Oracle. Mr. Oracle, get your beam together, sir. There we go. Recall was used as well, it turns out, that fight. I think you tried to get that Oracle back across, right? Must be. Now there is another Void Ray over there also already. And Armani gonna struggle a little bit more so. They are the 2 zealots here. Why is Trap putting zealots instead of Adepts here on the on one of the more important places for Protoss to have Adepts? And Armani just full on taking advantage of that situation. There we go. More Adepts actually being warped in here. Now, there are a lot of Void Rays on the way. That is helping out, but still a bit surprised. A lot of the value there being achieved for Armani by just cleaning up all those zealots right now for relative low cost. Trying to find a way through the front door. Does manage to do so. Look at that. That zealot, he's going to get fired for sure. If he does survive the onslaught that is about to occur. More Zerglings trying to get into the main base. The Queen's and Ravager army is about to arrive here. It's been quite a bit of time to prep for this attack right now. And I do think we may have just too many Void Rays here to really deal with. Wait a moment. Wasn't there more? Yeah, there's 7 of them. Where are the other 4? Still dealing with the Zerglings, I suppose. There we go. Prismatic alignments. Not quite coming into play just yet. I think some of them already having done it. No, actually. It's not going to do it at all. Alright. Guess he doesn't need to. Yeah, I guess he just doesn't need to. He's gonna lose his base. But Armani, that was a big cluster of units right now, just kind of getting shot down. And how much really defense do we have for Armani now against the Void Rays? Not that much. Couple of Queens available, couple of Spore Crawlers perhaps as well, but there's no lair attack. There's not much else at all. Queens are not armored. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. I guess the Ravager also not armored, right? So, yeah, that makes sense. Are Overlords armored? I always thought that Overlords also aren't armored, but people use it against them. Alright, well, anyway. I think we're going to have a GG here momentarily, guys. This is just most likely not going to go the way of the Zerg. He's gonna try. He's doing his best. Shield battery helping out there quite a bit, but there's just too many Void Rays here. Ooh, come on. What is the... Alright, no, he's still gonna recall here. To base in the main. He's losing a lot of workers here. Can't believe he did do the recall there. I thought he was gonna be okay with just what he had at home, but apparently still taking quite the beating. And now, was that enough time here for Armani to set up an actual defensive front against any type of Void Ray aggression? Moving around again. Sentry coming to help out, but there's not a lot of energy on that sentry just quite yet. A single Oracle also not having that much energy. That's another time and a bit of damage here being achieved by the Zerg player. Again, forcing all those Void Rays backwards. And I think Armani may have just bought himself enough time for those Hydras to be coming a part of this game as well. Trap realizing, well, I'm most likely not going to win instantly here. I'll have to try and figure out a plan B. Plan B is going to be the Storm upgrade, as we, well, obviously know that Hydras are on the way here. It would be crazy not to. Ooh, that's rough. Midas Worm, Queens and Hydras could really appreciate that. They get tired rather quickly as soon as they're off the creep. When they can't glide along the side anymore as a penguin. It's just a sad time for them. Another Midas Worm in the main base this time around. That's a scary army. What's the army like for Trap overall? He's got 4 High Templar, 8 Void Rays. Status Trap there, not quite panning out as he would like it to. Could be a lot of trouble. The Storm is definitely hitting home though against those Hydras, but all the rest of it, this is still quite a problematic situation. Great spread overall. Most Hydras not stepping into too many of the Storms together with all of the Hydras, and yeah, there you have it. GG is called. GG is called. The Void Race no longer reigning supreme in the sky right there. The ground forces of the Zerg did manage to grab it. Shooting it down. The worm taxi. Exactly. It's the worm taxi. It's like a Korean taxi, I suppose. Game number 4. Game number 4 here. Armani taking, you know what? Taking some time to warm up overall, it seems, in both of these matchups. A bit less so in this one. Just needed 1 game against Trap, and now he's getting 2 victories in a row. 2 W's. The double W. And we'll be looking to get himself a 3rd here, perhaps. Or, you know what? Trap could, of course, tie it up as well. Whatever happens, I feel like this is always a more important one. Game number 4. Because either someone is going to really increase the lead, or someone's actually going to be tying it up again. Someone's going to be able to step 1 game away from being the victorious against somebody that has to go still 3 games in a row. Or, you know what? You're just back at square one. There we are. The score has been updated. This man looking pretty smooth. He's the blue Zerg. Armani. From the Afrika Freaks. Afrika Freaka 2. He is the red Protoss, Mr. Trap. Lovely. Lovely stuff. Once again, a little probe is coming across. Looking for vendetta against the Zerg race. For that previous planet, of course. Where all his probe brethren kind of getting squished. I'm still wondering, why did we have Zealots instead of Adepts there being warped in by Trap? Was he just that keen on not spending any gas so he can get more Void Rays and upgrades and stuff like this? Maybe the Storm upgrade a bit quicker? Because he was spending so much more minerals overall getting those zealots out than you would with the adepts. Maybe it's also just the position of that base. Maybe, you know, it is kind of a tight squeeze up against the wall there. Maybe that's a way to kind of enforce this, you know, the Zerglings to either deal with the zealots on one side or not be able to gain entry into the base there. Maybe that's the reason why he's like, alright, well, maybe let me just try to be as cost efficient as possible and avoid adept spending when it's not absolutely necessary. Could be the case. Could be the case. Alright. Whatever it will be, though. The mass void ray strategy there for Trap not quite panning out as he would have liked to. Does seem like the quick storm upgrade is a big thing right now amongst his build orders. We've seen this from him against TY, and now we're seeing it against Armani as well. Already twice, right? Out of 3 times, so. Suppose the game with the adepts as well could have tried to transition into Storm. You managed to do a little bit at least. So once again, going to be the Stargate. Overlords. I don't think this Overlord actually got there. Yeah, these are the laziest Overlords I've seen. Armani really, really just letting them go a little bit. Oh well, whatever. Alright. Starting off again with the Void Ray. And Oracle afterwards. Okay, so this is similar to game number 1, what we saw. Can of course still cancel that Oracle. Maybe it was just a ruse, but doesn't turn out to be the case. Armani going for the single Evo chamber here. I've not seen that Roach Warren just quite yet, so wondering what he'll be aiming for in this situation. Maybe a quicker lair. I don't know. Ooh, Zerglings getting stuck there a little bit. Even then, there's not that many Zerglings here in order to deal with 2 Adepts overall. Or is there? Apparently that... Well, it's alright. Turns out it was alright. Okay, 3 workers in total. That was just mainly the Adepts, so not bad, not bad. Again, here Zealot Warpins instead of Adepts. Trap again getting himself a second Void Ray construction facility as well, so maybe feeling like, alright, well that didn't go as planned the previous time around, but I think I can still make this work. Did lose the 3rd base after all at an ill-opportune moment. I suppose there's never really a good moment to lose the 3rd base, or any base for that matter, but really a moment that really did sting there for Trap. Maybe he's going to be able to showcase a little bit better what the exact idea behind this build here is. Although I believe we already know, right? Get that Void Rays, get the High Templar and the Storm afterwards. Alright. Upgrades for Trap as well. Going for the charge and the +1 attack here. Should be pretty good for those Zealots. Though again, I mean, I feel like we're just getting the case as to why you make Adepts instead of Zealots here quite often right now. I mean, already a couple of times I'm like, yeah, that would be better if there were Adepts there instead of Zealots. But, yeah, Trap going by the beat of his own drum. He's a lot better at this game than I am, so there must be a good reason for it. Okay, well, circling counterattack under full vision. Surveillance. They're coming in. Oh, that was a very clutch hold there with that gateway, but it's still not going to be enough, of course. Force field's only going to be able to safeguard the main base, but the natural base still. I mean, I like the positioning of the probes there with the pylon. Still going to lose quite a couple, though. It looks like 6 of them in total. It's not as bad as it could have been, but tiny moves like these, continuously putting Armani on the forefront of the matchup. Continuously just making life very difficult for his opponents so far today. Innovation also struggling with the counter-aggression from Armani time and time again. Alright, he's gonna try to squash the opposition here in the bottom right side. The 4th base. That is not something that's going to stand upright anymore. No cancel on that Spore Crawler either. Would have been nice to have that, of course, around, but probably not would have saved that hatchery anyway, regardless of how hard it tried. How hard it practiced during the cocoon phase of his life. Still probably would have panned out the exact same way. Now these Archons here are kind of scary, right? Because we only have the Zerglings and Banelings available for Armani. He didn't make any Hydras, didn't make any Roaches. He's just still Zergling Baneling, and that's it. Now that's quite an interesting composition because, well, as you can see, these Archons, look at them go. That is just so much value being achieved by them. And they're all still standing. Oh, Zealots also a counter-aggression here on this other base, the 5th base. Getting kind of battered up right now. Armani, all of a sudden, you know what? It looks like he's doing well, and then suddenly it's like, oh, well, yeah, I suppose not anymore. See if he can still keep his momentum going, though. Did manage to beat out Innovation as well, after all. Right, getting 21 workers right there. Very clean stuff with those upgrades, of course, here for those Banelings. Couple of Zealots and the Archons coming in now as well for a counter-attack. There is another attack on the right side still, with a lot of Archons there. Fungal is okay against the Zealots, but the Archons, they are the majority problem here, and I'm not sure if we're going to have a good answer against the Archons. No, we are not. GG is called. Trap ties it up. What? What? I'm just a little bit perplexed that we were still on Zergling Baneling army composition, right? And then he tries to go for Infestors? Infestors? Very weird. Very, very weird. Not what I was anticipating there. Normally you go into the Hydras with that, right? Hydralisks actually are quite capable of dealing with the... Archons, but yeah, otherwise that is just a weird thing. 21 probes from that bullshit? I mean... Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Baneling run-bys are pretty darn disgusting, yeah. Catharsis. Buddy. Come on, buddy. We all have some sort of bullshit happening. The Baneling bus. The Baneling taxi. The old Zergling Baneling into Infestor build. Yeah! awkward, right? Maybe with like neural, but I guess you do need to get yourself that neural. In the bottom left side, we got the blue Zerg Armani. And top right side, the red Protoss, he is Trap. Both of them are, in fact, part of the Afrika Freaks. There you go. In case you weren't listening during any of the other introductions, there you go. That is now on your plate of knowledge. You can decide to devour it. You can decide to keep it. It's up to you now. Let it mingle around with the rest of the information that you've gathered up today, or just kind of forego it completely. You missed the Baning bus in the Protoss Ball from back in 2010. It's alright. I mean, weren't we just doing Archon toilets back then? Weren't we just doing, like, big old mothership toilets with the Archon soul rushing in? I'm not sure if I'm wanting to go back to those times, honestly. Oh, it was a weird one. Right, once more we have that natural based on the unnatural location. Trap really just doubling down on trying to ensure that nothing is being built on the place where Armani wants it, at least first base wise. Third, yeah, the actual third hatchery, that's gonna let that go, let that do its thing. We're peacefully watching the drones now go amongst their business. Lovely little fellas. They do kind of look like they have an open raincoat though, in a way, don't they? A little bit like they are. Or maybe it's like a little hat, right? The up top from a hat. I think drones would make a good hat, honestly. If I ever find a drone and I manage to kill it, I'm gonna make a hat out of him. Overlords too, but they may be a little bit big. Could make multiple hats out of that. Or a cool cape, who knows? It may be heavy. Although, no, probably not, right? Because they float around. Probably not too heavy. Does manage to see the Stargate, by the way, again. We did have a Stalker this time around, so maybe Trap trying to keep things hidden a bit better this time around, but still the information there being gobbled up by Armani. See if Armani again here tries to do a little bit of experimentation with the Ling Bane Infested play. Alright, that's the first attempt for Void Ray aggression. Still kind of looking for the Overlords, I suppose. Did we already get 2 Overlords killed? Only 1. Alright, so Armani being very careful with sending his Overlords across. Realizing that it's quite likely that he's going to get them sniped anyway. So doing a good job so far. And what else is going on? We got the Roach Rhine on the way. Second Stargate as well for Trap. So Trap, I think, once again, wanting to go for the quite heavy committed Void Ray style here. Unless if he makes a big switch, which I'm not imagining is likely. So far, we have seen him continuously commit onto the Void Race if he does go for the double Stargates. Also, unlikely to still be going for the... Well, it's only got one Void Ray right now, so who knows? We'll see. Zergling's not going to get a scout in either. All the things that they see, of course, are at the front side of that wall and the natural base, and nothing else really being gathered up here for Armani information-wise. So he's playing a little bit in the dark. Going to get himself that lair. A good choice. I mean, if you get yourself those Hydras this time around, you're going to be a lot safer against a lot of this type of stuff. Oh, by the way, we have Adepts now between the pylon and the hatchery for trap. Bit of oracle damage as well is occurring. 5 drones in total. Getting shot down by the Corona cannon. Fairly certain that is what it is. It's all green after all. Yeah, Zerglings. Ah, actually, no, just gonna go for the probe. Thought they're gonna try to wiggle themselves by again. Maybe they managed to make that work, but not this time around. A couple of gateways get thrown down also to make run-bys a bit harder to do here for Armani. As the Void Rays are assimilating further and further across the map. It takes a lot longer for them to actually get there, so... I mean, look at the production tab already. 8 of those Hydras on the way here. Should be coming up momentarily, but will there be enough Queen presence in order to protect? Ooh, not having enough transfuse there. Already losing 2 Queens, and yeah, that base should be going down momentarily. We'll lose a single Void Ray, but that's about it. Even gonna get another cancel there. May not seem like much, but that's still a little bit of money, right? Overall, that you're not getting there. Mighty a bit scared perhaps to lose the drone. And then a bit scared to lose the hatchery. Cancelling back and forth between the two. There's one way to make it difficult to target fire, I suppose. Alright. Quite a quick storm after this one as well. And also quite a quick lurker den and hive tech here on the way for Armani. Looking to really go ham on the late game Zerg tech. Oof. Fleet beacon already on the way. I think we're gonna be here for a long time, guys. These boys are looking to get themselves quite the late game compositions here. Traps may just try to push out a little bit. So he has a fairly mobile army overall. Needs to be careful not to engage Hydras though, of course, with Void Race, but still. Definitely a lot more mobile than his opponent is, off of creep in particular. Would like to see more creep being spread out overall already, of course. Because the more creep you have, the more you're laying claim to these types of areas, right? Then you can start making spore crawlers and such, and it's going to be easier for you to move those forwards and put as much pressure as you need to. Oh, wow. Oh, no, that is a bit... Oh, God. That's a bit unfortunate here for our Brothers player. Is it going to matter too much? Not losing too many workers so far. It's going to lose a lot of these... What are the Zerglings overall? Trying to just get on top of the pylons, but not accomplishing much there. Just delaying a little bit on, well, actually only one of the 2 Stargates. That is a bummer. One of the 3 actually. Well, I guess there's 2 on that spot too, is there? You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Only a single one of them couldn't produce that at a moment in time. Okay, here we go. Good positioning on those lurkers right now. The Hydras need to be careful not to step too much into the storm. Zealots run by as well, occurring on the same kind of same side of the map here. Well, on the right side, I suppose. Ooh, Zealots coming in from every which angle. That's a very good way to try and deny these lurkers from being able to do the AoE damage that they love to do. Need to be careful as well with your High Templar. A lot of High Templar already going down. There's still a lot of Hydras here also. Looking to take out the carriers. A great storm there. We'll be able to shut that down finally. And let's take a look at the Zealot run by. It's occurring. There we go. 7 workers. 7 workers. Armani. I mean, he only has 74. Which means he needs to remake some of them. In order to actually have a army composition that is allowed to die. And then be replenished as quickly as possible here. Just because you have more money than your opponents. Because you have more bases than your opponents. Alright, more carriers are coming in. Storm's still a massive duel here on the ground, of course. See which way he decides to go. He's going to go through the fog. Is he going to try to get past this observer there as well? Looks like he will just go straight through the fog, perhaps. No, it's mostly just... No, okay, there we go. He's moving out. Is he moving out? What's he doing? I think he's just kind of patrolling the area, perhaps. Preventing run-bys and such, right? Quite important as well. Talking about run-bys, there was one being attempted there by Armani. Let's take a look. It was just a couple of, well, actually a couple of bit of everything he's got. Fifth base here for trap also being established. Yeah, I mean this is just the you attack me first meta in a way, right? It's not a lot of stuff happening overall, except for these players just continuously macroing up, trying to get themselves these bases, but with the bases still quite far apart. It's not a lot of contention there on those places just quite yet. A couple of zealots here trying to do a run by as well. This is looking alright here for trap, I have to say. It's going to get all these lurkers here. The Hydra is not in high enough quantity to actually be able to take out the flying units here. And trap will be able to just kind of push on forwards. That's what you get for attacking on first. Okay, gets another one of the Archons. Not bad, not bad. Oh, that's going to feel pretty proper for trap here. Realizing, wait a moment, you don't even have a base over here. Wow. I guess he doesn't know about the base on the left side either. At 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock. But still. Still 3 carrier production at a time. Could think about going up to 4 overall. If that is what he wants to do. If that's what he wants to try and commit into. As much as he can. Right? Because then as you're losing units, you're going to be able to replenish your forces a bit quicker. Even though nothing is quick about making carriers, of course. Good proper yoinks so far. Only a single carrier will be able to get taken out. The top left side of the flank here for Armani, though. Absolutely decimated. A couple of Hydras also coming in from the back side. Will be able to shoo away that War Prism. And it looks like it will be enough to actually get rid of the entire army here. Neither of these players looking forward to having that fight, so... Both backing up for this moment. More and more carriers in that production. Getting themselves the +3. And is that +2 air weapons? It is +2 air weapons. It's going to go absolutely berserk with those. Ooh, War Prism. Not the War Prism. It's going to go absolutely berserk with that extra DPS, of course, from the carriers here. Left side, Rogue's gonna be destroyed as well. I say as well, they're the first Rogues to be destroyed. Interesting choice here for trap. Trying to take out those Rogues. I'm not sure if it's to his benefit, or maybe because of the lurkers, perhaps, right? Oh, great catch on all these queens right now. Gonna be able to get rid of all that transfuse energy. That was quite a bit of it. Now just gonna go straight across towards this space that was established quite a while ago, but apparently never quite fully saturated. Down it falls. The Zerg also trying to make something similar happen on the other side. Doing an okay job so far. Templars transforming into the Archon mode. Trying to get rid of whatever they can on the other side here, of course, with these forces. Where is the recall? Did get spotted there by Armani, so he will be moving backwards right now. Just trying to take a chance. Get himself that... What was it? A single lurker behind the mineral line there of trap. Would have been good. Would have been absolutely amazing. Let's see if we have ourselves a units lost tab, I suppose. Okay. Alright. You know what? Not looking too bad. Pretty darn close. I think trap is in a... Well, it's hard to say, right? It is quite hard to say. Still think this can go both ways. One single bad engagement and that could be thrown out of the window. Any type of advantage anyone may or may not have, depending on your viewpoints on the overall balance, I suppose, between the Zergs and the Protoss. Alright, here we go. Another attempt. No, sir. Just gonna get rid of some creep. Alright, fair enough. We'll let him be for now. Left side base still gone. Bottom right side base is being mined from right now. Look at the saturation here again, guys. 3 out of 4 bases are oversaturated, and Armani, he is struggling. He's struggling to keep some extra bases going. It's not making it work anymore. The income graph not in his favor any longer either, and that's a big problem here. Oh my god, all those lurkers getting shot down now as well. I think trap is going to do it here, guys. There's a good chance of it. Carriers are just ever so powerful. Without any spore crawlers, it becomes even worse for the Zerg. I don't think you can still make this go back onto your favor here, Mr. Armani, but he's going to try regardless. Will try his utter and utmost best in order to ensure that he gave it his all. If it doesn't pan out, he has, you know, he has some good understanding of what went wrong most likely here. So hope he will be able to find an answer, a solution, or anything really. Base on the bottom right side gets destroyed. Still a lot of High Templar up there in order to deny those high ground units, or the units onto the high grounds. There we go. Great storms. That's what I'm talking about. May need to do the recall here. Actually, more storms. He's just going for it. More zealots and archons coming in. Yeah, GG is gold. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking. Recall, please. So, well, he doesn't have that many interceptors anymore, does he? But apparently he did. Apparently he did. Oh, wow. Armani wrecked. That's right. Armani kind of getting stomped onto there in that late game situation. Not quite being able to get himself a an army composition and a great method in order to deal with those carriers there. Never felt like he wanted to get himself a forest of spore crawlers either. Which does definitely help in those types of situations, right? It's definitely a good thing overall, but yeah, not going for it in that sense. Waiting for Trap to accept the invitation here as well. He's on match point, guys. He could win it all right here, right now. Or Armani. I mean, he is the comeback king so far today, so may be able to pull it off once more. Got himself back from the 2-0 difference there in the best of 5 versus Innovation. Got himself 2 points on the board after Trap managed to take wrestle control over that first game. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see what else is going to be happening here. Sorry if this is actually picking up on the microphone. Let me do it over here. Alright. There we go. Game number 6 is going to be played on Submarine. Who picked Submarine? Over, what's the other one? Isn't it Romanticide that we still have left between these two? I'm not even sure. I'm not sure anymore. Did we already play Romanticide with these two? I think we have, actually, right? Maybe, perhaps. Have we? Have we? Have we? Probably. I would assume so. Although, maybe they just don't want to go into the late game. That could be the reason. Which other map did we play on? Yeah, I don't know. Alright, well, anyway. 2 points removed from victory. Will he be able to make another comeback happen here? The blue Zerg. Armani. Opponent in the red. He's the Protoss. He's Mr. Trap. Both of them from the Freakas. The freaky Africans. It's kind of funny that a Korean team has the R twice in their name, right? Afrika Freaks. When they don't have an actual letter for for the R. Well, I know they have the workaround, right, with the LR kind of sound that they have. But still, kind of funny to me. Kind of funny to me. All right. Guys, thank you all so much for watching as well. I suppose this is as good a moment as any to kind of go into the one more time about the match arena. We do have that in above the chat. There's a little code right there, a website link as well. You'll be able to head on over there, help us out, get these players a bit of extra money for that trouble, a bit extra dough for their play. Bit of a thank you for being as good in StarCraft 2 as you are and entertaining us with these lovely games so far. Every time that single drone that's moving out towards the second base, I'm like, is he gonna make another hatchery? But no. We'll not do that. We'll not do that ever. Always will play it safe, getting those queens, getting the speed upgrade, and then getting himself the third. It's still quite early on though, right? It's like not too far away. Actually, that's a lot of Zerglings being made. That's 8 Zerglings on the production tab, now 4. It's already got 8. That's 12 Zerglings being constructed right now. Is he gonna do a Ling Flood? Is he gonna go for the Ling Flood here, guys? Am I crazy? Ooh, sees the 6 Lings. He knows. He knows. Right, the third base here is still being created, so maybe Trap will be tricked into thinking, you know what, maybe he's not doing something crazy. But he doing something crazy, so... Oh my god, he's already in. He's already in as well. Oh, blocking it off here with another couple of Zerglings right now. Not allowing that gateway to be made. Coming straight into the main base. I mean, there's a lot of probes chasing him, but those Zerglings also a little bit low on the HP. We'll be able to get those probes that were chasing him. 5 of them go down. There's a good opening here, perhaps with that gateway still being produced, but it's going to go for the Adept instead. Another Adept does come out. It's maybe too much right now, although the Zerglings on the inside still getting on top of that Adept as well. Oh, good positioning there with the Lynx, ensuring that he will be able to start nibbling away. Nibbling further and further away. There is the Oracle right now. That's going to be a ton of damage against these Lynx. The Lynx not even bothering to move away. We'll just commit to this wall entirely. And now they move away as the Oracle is out of energy. Will be coming in once more. Now difficult to stay on top of that Adept here, of course. Cybercore being utilized with the shield battery. Shield battery almost out. That's not that many Zerglings left anymore. Yeah, Armani has to stop trying. That is a fan-bloody-tastic place now for Trap to be. That is a bloody brilliant positioning over now in Trap's overall positioning in this game, I suppose. Okay. Not wasting... He's not using energy here. I think he's just kind of trying to... I'm not sure what he is trying to do. He's kind of counter drones. Wait for more Oracle energy. I mean, he's going to have 3 Oracles here, so maybe that's the plan, to utilize all this energy now builds up with the 3rd Oracle here as well. Try and target down queens and such. Could be the case. Could be the case. Could be a good way to make something snowball, right? Okay, there we go. Yeah, goes on to the queens. Oh, goes for the other one. There we go. Let's get rid of 2 of them. Now the drone line quite open here. Getting 4, 5, maybe 6. Ooh, okay, has to get out of that in order to keep his... Oh, wow, still getting the other one. There. I thought he was going to keep all of them alive, but the one that split off towards the bottom, unfortunately getting a bit too close to that spore crawler right there. Alright, Trap, what's the plan here? Gonna go for a... Ooh, okay. Templar Archives. Together with a couple of extra gateways here. Surprised that is the plan, honestly. Will be getting himself a 3rd Nexus. Okay, there we go. So, maybe once again, getting the charge Archon composition here. No charge just quite yet being researched, though. Nor anything else, so... Could also just be him trying to get the quicker storm. Okay, there it is. He's still going for this. I can't believe this Stalker. Wow, this Stalker, he's like, I have a job, sir. Please leave me alone. I will not be sidetracked with some random mission trying to take out some Zerglings. I know what I have to do in order to make my daddy proud of me. Daddy Trap. Go for the Archon straight afterwards. Alright, Armani, you're still quite behind, aren't you? Yeah, that overall resources income here not looking in his favor. Archon's now coming across as well. This is rough. This is quite rough indeed. Keeping tabs on these 2 Archons here, of course. Alright, okay. Getting the Overseer, a couple of Zerglings. It's a start. May even be able to pick up some Zerglings here as well. Don't really care too much, right? Those Archons, they can take a punch. Fourth base here. Would be nice if those Oracles did find it, of course, but not going to. Decide to make the run past the Spore Crawler and find some good success right now. 6 extra drones already dropping, and oh boy, no Spore Crawler replaced in that main mineral line. More of those drones do go down. I mean, it's gonna cost the Oracles their lives, right? Oh, missing the recall with one of the Oracles here. That is rough. That is quite rough. Okay, so that one is gonna go down. But that's a lot of drone kills. Once again, 18 in total have already fallen. And that is off of the back with Armani already struggling with the economy, right? Because he went for the Zergling aggression, which didn't amount to much. I like this. Overall, the Swarmo's a good way to try and get yourself back in the value game. But is it too little? Is it too late? Especially with his opponent already coming across the map here. The best thing to do against Swarmos is just be aggressive. Just move in for attacking. Just then you have your army. They can just move backwards whenever the Locusts are flying in. And there we go. Seeing the Locusts right now, we'll be able to move backwards. Looks like this army for Trap may not just be enough. Or may just be barely enough. I guess he has the Warpers in there as well. Yeah, right. He's gonna do this, isn't he? We'll be able to bust a move. Maybe swing towards that 4th base. That's absolutely fine as well. Whatever he feels may be necessary. It's a weird situation here. Swamo should be getting their eggs back pretty soon. Should grow a couple of balls. There we go. Immediately dropping them again. Alright, this fight, I don't think it's gonna go into the favor for Armani anymore, is it? Oh, that Warp Prism! Warp Prism! Oh, just barely being able to escape certain death there. Quite nutty. Yeah, I mean, the Ravager number is just, it's growing in size quite quickly still. The Immortals, I mean, there's still 4 of them. Wait, is there more? Okay, yeah, 5 Archons here as well. There's another Immortal. So he's got 5 Archons, 5 Immortals. That's really good. I feel like with proper Warp Prism Micro, you should be able to take this, but so far, Armani just making it too difficult to actually go into Trap's favor here. Swamo's now gonna be allowed to start putting the harassments on the other side of the field, and that's very impressive that Armani actually still standing here, I'd say. Very impressive. I thought he was gonna die for sure with the Swarm host coming out, and then already having the Protoss front door. That is like one of the worst moments for a Zerg to invest into Swarm host. I'm just gonna try to make it work now again here. Nice little bile there on the observer. Trap not paying enough attention to that one, it seems. 2 run-bys happening on either side. Actually, I guess 3 in a way. Well, this is more so of an army push. Run-by happening with the Roaches, though. Trying to get on top of that Immortal. The run-by of Zealots. Looks like that did get intercepted. The Locust trying to deal with the 2 Archon run-by as well. And then we have the main battle over here. It's looking... Ooh, good dodges on those biles. Not taking too many hits right now. We don't have any Swarmos remaining with Locust, if I'm not mistaken. Although, you know what? That is a little volley here. The army of the Ravagers and the Roaches really dwindling in size right now. Archon's very, very good at dealing with the Locust right at this moment. And I think Armani's going to lose another base. Yeah. In the end, it was too much to handle here for Armani. He still has those Swarmos, of course. This is still his last chance to victory here. He's still got a good amount of army supply. But I don't know, guys. It's quite a dire situation. A good place to take a fight, of course, here, right on top of this ramp. These Locusts may be able to just block the backwards movements, but Trap just already forcing his way through the top side. Coming up the ramp. More Locusts are helping out for sure, but it is too little. It is too late. Those Immortals, no answer anymore. GG, it's called. And there we are. There we are. Trap taking game number 6 as well.